My name is Brielle, and my two words are controlling and unburdened. My earliest remembrance of how I first perceived the Christian faith was it being synonymous with being a good person. When you're little, this might mean simply obeying your parents and getting good grades, but as I got older, I started to feel a lot more pressure to get things right. If I wasn't getting the correct approval from people, or if I wasn't meeting some publicly set standard, then I was failing myself as a person and failing in the idea of being a perfect Christian. I thought I needed to control all of these things to get some sort of ticket to heaven or ticket to walk with God. Through the idea of not reaching that kind of expectation was absolutely petrifying, I kept living this way. Then freshman year came along, and in another attempt to still become the perfect Christian, I started attending meetings for my school's Christian club, called Student Venture at the time. And that morning, there was a student speaker, and his name was Aaron Kroll, and I've never really met him, and I still don't know him, but he was speaking, and he was talking about heaven and hell. And so I grabbed a bagel, and I sat down, and I remember the first words that came out of his mouth were, "I'm 100% sure that I'm going to heaven, and you can be too." And my first thought was, well, he's a little cocky. Like, how can you be sure that you're going to heaven? But then he went on to explain that because he'd accepted Christ and because Christ had died for his sins, that he had a spot in heaven and that God was also preparing spots for other people. And because I had also accepted Christ and because Christ had also died for my sins, there was also a spot for me. So where I once felt the need to control my life, now I can be unburdened as God takes those worries away from me. So from controlling to unburdened, those are my two words.